Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast for English learners. I'm Emma, and today we're going to talk about something very familiar.
Hi everyone, I'm Jack. And yes, today's topic is very close to daily life, especially if you study or work.
Exactly. Our topic today is classroom objects.
Things we see every day in a classroom, but that we don't always know how to name in English.
That's true, and these words are very useful because you can use them in many situations.
Not only at school, but also at work, at home, or even in a meeting.
Let's start with a very common object, a pen.
A pen is probably one of the first things people think about.
Yes, and we use a pen to write, to sign documents, or to take notes.
And it's good to remember that pen is different from pencil.
Exactly. A pencil is usually made of wood and graphite.
And the big difference is that you can erase pencil marks.
That's why many students use pencils for exercises or tests.
Especially when they're not sure about the answer.
Another very common classroom object is a notebook.
A notebook is where students write their notes during the lesson.
It can be small or big, thick or thin.
And some people prefer notebooks with lines, others without lines.
Yes, that depends on personal preference.
I remember that some students like to organize their notes with colors.
Using different pens or highlighters.
Which brings us to another object, the highlighter.
A highlighter is used to mark important information, for example, keywords or important sentences in a text.
Usually they are bright colors like yellow, pink, or green.
And they help you study more easily because important parts stand out. Let's talk now about books.
Yes, books are essential in a classroom.
A textbook is a book used for learning a subject.
For example, an English textbook or a math textbook.
Students often carry several textbooks in their school bag.
And that's why school bags can be very heavy.
True, especially for young students.
That's why some schools now use digital books.
That's a good point, but let's stay with traditional classroom objects for now.
Another object we see a lot is the desk.
A desk is the table where students sit and work.
They usually put their books, notebooks, and pens on the desk.
And in front of the classroom, we usually see the teacher's desk.
Yes, it's often bigger than the students' desks.
And it may have a computer, papers, and other materials.
Which connects nicely to another object, the computer.
Computers are now very common in classrooms.
Teachers use them to show presentations or videos.
Students also use computers for research or exercises.
Especially in language classes or computer rooms.
On the wall, we usually find a board.
Yes, the board is very important.
It can be a blackboard or a whiteboard.
Nowadays, whiteboards are more common.
Teachers write on the board to explain ideas.
Or to give examples, exercises, or instructions.
Students often copy what is written on the board.
Because it's usually important information.
To write on a whiteboard, teachers use markers.
Markers are special pens for boards.
And for blackboards, teachers use chalk.
Chalk is white and leaves dust on your hands.
Some people don't like chalk because of the dust.
That's true, but it has a very classic classroom feeling.
Yes, many people remember chalk from their school days.
It brings back memories.
Let's talk about erasers.
An eraser is used to remove pencil marks.
Or to clean the board in the case of a board eraser.
Board erasers are often made of felt.
And they can get very dirty.
Yes, especially if the board is used a lot.
Teachers usually clean the board at the end of the class.
So the next class starts with a clean board.
Another useful classroom object is a ruler.
A ruler is used to measure or draw straight lines.
Students often use rulers in math or geometry classes.
Or simply to underline texts neatly.
We also have scissors.
Scissors are used to cut paper.
They're common in art or craft activities.
Especially with younger students.
And of course, we can't forget glue.
Glue is used to stick paper together.
For example, when making posters or projects.
These activities make classes more creative.
Let's think about the teacher again.
Teachers often have a pointer.
A pointer helps them indicate things on the board or screen.
It's very useful when explaining diagrams or maps.
In some classrooms, there's also a projector.
A projector shows images or slides on a screen.
This helps students see information clearly, especially in large classrooms.
Students also use their own personal objects, like a pencil case.
A pencil case is where students keep pens, pencils, and erasers. It helps them stay organized.
Organization is very important for learning.
Yes, when your things are organized, you can focus better.
And you waste less time looking for objects. That's a good tip for students.
Sometimes students forget their materials.
Like forgetting a pen or a notebook.
Then they have to borrow from a classmate, which is a very common classroom situation.
Can I borrow a pen is a very useful sentence.
Yes, and also, do you have a spare pen?
These are real, everyday classroom expressions.
And they are easy to use. Classroom objects help create a learning environment.
They support communication and understanding.
Without them, lessons would be much harder.
That's true, even in modern classrooms.
To finish, let's quickly review. We talked about pens, pencils, notebooks, and books,
We also mentioned desks, boards, and computers.
and other useful objects like rulers, scissors, and glue.
All these words are simple but very important.
And you can practice them by looking around your classroom.
Or even your desk at home. Learning English starts with everyday things.
That's a great way to see it.
Thanks for listening to our podcast today.
We hope you enjoyed learning about classroom objects.
And we hope you feel more confident using these words in English.